start packing? We've been packing for days.
But we pack it into the trailer.
Okay.
I have a full-size car, and it's not capable of towing that amount of stuff. So if you watched our previous videos, you'll know that we have a K1 visa. We were finally approved for it. And so now the process is moving to the US and getting married. And so we had 3 weeks to cross the border. And we had to record a Christmas album in that time. Well, we didn't have to. We decided to record a Christmas album in that time. Batch film a bunch of content, including all Genevieve's tutorials. Pack. It was just a crazy, crazy amount of stuff to fit into this window of time, this 3 weeks. And so we got it all done for the most part, and here we are, ready to pack, ready to move.
To move everything, we're renting a trailer from U-Haul, and it's a 5x8 trailer, so not crazy big, it's not the biggest one, but since Joe has a regular car, we can't tow the craziest trailers. So our strategy right now to see if everything fits in the trailer is to see in the kitchen if it fits in a certain area. So this is the area. As you can see, it's a mess, but you know what? That's what moving does. So from the kitchen counter to this counter to right in line with the desk. But we're lucky though, I don't have that much furniture, so it's not too bad. It's gonna be mostly plants, but...
You have a lot of plants.
Yeah.
There's no bed, no fridge, no washer and dryer, so...
At this point, everything was going really well. We had long days packing all the little stuff around my apartment, all the plants, getting a certificate for the plants because we're crossing the border, so they needed to be inspected, and the lady, super nice, but probably thought I was crazy because I had like 38 plants. But anyway, making really good progress. But little did we know, it was not going to go as well as we thought.
Okay, so here we are at the veterinarian getting a certificate saying that the rabbit is a rabbit.
That's pretty much it. It's not required to enter the States, but I want to be extra sure because that would be very sad having to leave him at the border or going back. I don't know how that works, but we're going to be extra cautious.
Yeah, he's a very well-behaved and quiet fluff. That's at least what I tell the Airbnb owners we're staying with.
But yeah, we're just waiting on that. And then we're getting the trailer, which is exciting.
Yep, we start packing.
What do you mean we start packing? We've been packing for days.
But we pack it into the trailer.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are at the U-Haul, getting ready to pick up our trailer. How did the rabbit appointment go?
It went really well. It was so interesting. Seriously, I learned so many things. And Fluff, well, Mr. Rabbit, it's in really good health overall, which is quite surprising because he's 8.5, so thumbs up for that.
So it's going to be an exciting day getting the trailer and getting all packed up. I'm excited to organize everything.
I'm excited to get the boxes out of the apartment because right now...
It's just chaos. Here we go.
Let's get the trailer.
That's the moment that I get to shine and lift heavy things because you've been doing so much organizing and boxing. And like, I can help with that to a point. But, I mean, it's your stuff. I don't want to just like...
Yeah, no, for sure.
Push it all into a box.
Yeah, and especially because we're moving across the border, we also have to do the itemized list.
Yeah. I don't think anyone in the history of crossing that border has itemized things with more detail than you have. I mean, literally every single book has a book title in the manifesto. Yeah, in my experience, if you present the border agent with just a really detailed, everything they need, clearly laid out, it just makes their job easier, makes the whole process smoother, makes them nicer, and if you're friendly, then like, don't give them any reason to turn you away.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like if we start the itemized list with 2 pages of just books one by one, they're gonna be like, nope, we're not even going through that. Like, if I put myself in the shoes of a border agent and then someone showed up with a trailer, it's not that big of a trailer, but still a trailer, and then they give you the list and it's just pages of books. It's like, fine, go ahead.
I bet they're just gonna ask, okay, do you have any alcohol or cigarettes? And we'll be like, no. And they're like, okay. How are you feeling about it all?
I think we need like 10 vlogs to answer that. I don't know. I'm excited about
moving on to the next part of life with you. But it's really strange, you know, whenever I see someone in my family, like my parents, they're sad, which is very cute, but it's also, you know, it's hard, I think, for a kid seeing your parents being sad. So it makes me sad too. But overall, I think it's very exciting, very cool. And Joe's being a trooper, just freaking bringing desks downstairs. That's pretty much the only furniture I have. A bunch of desks. So.
And being that it was the last evening in Quebec, we decided to have a nice dinner with all my family. We had some fondue. We were just really having a nice, relaxing time.
But I found myself thinking at dinner that, you know, this trailer seemed very, very densely packed. And I felt that, you know, we probably should take it for a test drive around the block and see how my vehicle handled towing this trailer full of stuff. Where we're at right now is we have pretty much the whole apartment loaded up in the U-Haul trailer. However, it's really, really heavy, and I believe it's too heavy for my vehicle. I have a full-size car, and it's not capable of towing that amount of stuff. The plan is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. we go to U-Haul and try and rent a 20-foot truck or a 15-foot truck. And then we're going to tow my car in the back of, you know, the truck. I mean, I was packing all day and got it really, really well packed, strapped down. But it's too heavy.
On the way to the trailer thing.
Bum. It's cold and early. So we showed up at U-Haul first thing in the morning, and unfortunately they did not have any 15 or 20-foot trucks. But they did have a 26-foot super mover. Now, normally you need a Canadian truck license to drive one of these, but the lady on the phone was so happy to hear I had a US license because they can rent to me without an issue. Apparently they have so many of these just sitting there, and when she heard I was going one way to the US, she offered me half off the price to drive it back to America. Now all we had to do was pack everything again. Packing job number 2.
And after an epic day, it was probably 4 p.m. by now, the apartment was finally empty. It was really bittersweet for me. I'd lived there for 8 years and a half, which was pretty much all my adulthood so far. And I remember just becoming the person I am today in this apartment. I remember a life before Joe in that apartment, which was just totally insane. So seeing it empty was a relief because we had finally figured out the truck situation, but it was also like, wow, this is real. I'm about to move to America.
So now we had to return the small trailer and get a dolly for my vehicle. And, you know, they had no car trailers available at any of the locations according to everyone we spoke to. And so all they had was a 2-wheel dolly. So we put the car on a 2-wheel dolly, and the 2-wheel dolly happened to be broken. So we were very lucky that they happened to have a car trailer sitting around. What a day.
Mm-hmm. It's just getting started. This is hour 0.
So what is today and today, as you like to say.
Yeah. Here we go.
This car following us very closely.
And after driving for almost 5 hours at that point, we arrived to the border. Except it was the middle of the night, it was pouring rain, and it was not the right border, and it was closed. And we were in a 26-foot truck towing a car.
Now, reversing a 26-foot truck towing a car is quite difficult, and so to get out of this tight spot, I had to do about a 50-point turn, and mind you, we're running on 3 hours sleep. You can't really see very well at the back of a truck, and it was a tense moment, and we were so determined to find that border and cross it. We were close. We knew we were close. That freaked us out pretty good.
It was pretty easy to put back on, but it was like, oh no, if we have to stop every 30 minutes. But I find myself feeling guilty. Sometimes it's a lot, you know?